How is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Grid. And well, today I'm just gonna continue with the pro events, well, or the tier 2 events, whatever you prefer to call them. I think calling them pro is easier. Anyways, I think half of them are remaining, right? Actually, less than half. I have 4 in each one. It's actually gonna be a little bit sooner than I expected. Okay, I could start with F3 for example. Like, why not? Because I already did an F3 one, but it was in Europe, I think. Though, doing F3 in urban circuits, which are pretty much all of the American ones, is gonna be a disaster. It's fine. Yeah, like in a track like this, having it is an issue. Well, in this game, it's not like these Formula cars behave like actual Formula cars, but I mean, if they behave like actual Formula cars, like my car will have already been broken right now. Hey, don't worry. It's a lot more permissive. Wow. Wait, did I? I think I killed my teammate. Oh well. Yeah, needless to say, here half of the grid will be out. Wait a second. I forgot to put the. I think I actually forgot to put the. Yeah, I forgot to put the driving aid. How is it called? Stability control. I don't know why it didn't cross my mind. Because the last thing I did yesterday was drift, so in drift I don't have that enabled. Ah, damn it. It's fine. Again, it doesn't matter if you quit one of these things. But yeah, I completely forgot here, because especially with this car, not having that is a torture. Honestly, I shouldn't disable it, just that in drift, I think that drift is very particular and the way I'm doing it right now works, so I have all the licenses, yeah. I do. Oh, it's something that you like, the fact that I didn't have the stability control enabled is something that you don't realize at the beginning, because all these cars are crashing against each other like that. So it's hard to tell that you're steering very badly. Because yeah, I mean, you rarely get the chance to steer in the first place. I'm steering badly here, but that's because I'm not controlling my car properly. I'm actually controlling my car very badly. Okay, come on. Wake up. Stop shoving. Surprisingly, I didn't crash against anyone. I'm still able to... Okay, well, yeah. I guess it was bound to happen. I gotta say that this camera also doesn't help very much at controlling these cars. It's very low. You don't have as much context as you will have with a further camera, and I could change the camera. I mean, like, you can do that with any of the... Well, at any time, doesn't matter what car you have. But I don't think it's gonna help, and the issue is that if I change the camera to cycle back to the current one I have, it will take a while. So I'm not a fan of that. And that guy spin out. And I also almost spin out. Surprisingly still haven't taken damage according to the game, so no problem. So I don't really know. If you look at the speedometer, it's like the speedometer itself has a background. What is that supposed to? It's like a mirror. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like reflecting the surroundings. That's pretty weird though. Why would that be the case? Because it seems like a very unnecessary waste of resources, right? Like you are processing parts of the game.
A major accident just took out at least one of your competitors.
I mean, it's something that no one is gonna see. Like, if the background of that speedometer was like completely like black or like transparent, I don't think anyone will notice. That's pretty weird. I mean, it's always cool to have details that are not really that noticeable, but are there simply as a, you know, as a little quality thing. But here it feels like it will be negative for the game, considering that you need to waste resources to process that. Well, the game runs at 30 frames per second, so I guess there's that. And I don't think that this game could run at 60 simply by taking away that reflection on the speedometer. You never know. No, I mean, it wouldn't. I wonder if... Well, I gotta assume at some point one of the games in this series actually runs at 60 frames per second. Most likely. Well, and I also saw the Steam page of the latest... Oh, fuck. Okay, I wasn't expecting the corner to come in that quickly. Thought it was gonna be a lot longer. But no, I was about to say that apparently the latest game in the series, Grid Legends, has like a story mode and everything. Because in this game it's not like you have a story, like you simply play as yourself and you simply beat events, kind of like, you know, Gran Turismo. There is no story, you simply have a career, you win races, you purchase cars, but not really a plot or anything like that. But I think that the latest Grid game does have that. I'm not sure how many more have that. Okay, let me take that again. So how do I avoid it? Because this guy got in the way. I guess go slower, yeah. That helps. This guy's kinda like getting in my way on purpose. Also, this track is supposed to be Long Beach. The actual Long Beach street track, I don't think it has this layout. Well, maybe it had this layout in 2008, but I think that's how this game works. Like, the tracks are like based on real life tracks, so it's not like they are like ultra precise in their modeling. And I think the biggest example is Le Mans, having the two chicanes at the end pretty much being something that you can do at full speed. Like, yeah, that's not right.
Nice maneuver.
It's an interesting thing though, right? To see real life tracks, but that are not scanned,
Keep it up. You're leading the race.
and rather they are modeled by eye. It's pretty cool. Well, back then I think that, like, especially in the PS1 era and all that stuff, you didn't have a choice.
Last lap. Hang in there. You're on
Like,
the way to
in Gran Turismo 2 you have Laguna Seca, right? I don't think that track was laser scan or anything like that. They, well, maybe they could. I mean, for whatever reason, Polyphony Digital always had a shit ton of money to work with, so... But I don't know if the technology was there in the first place. Probably no. I mean, we're talking now the late 90s. I don't think laser scanning, at least for racing tracks, I don't think that was a thing, was it? Not to mention that aside from video games, I'm not sure if there were too many applications of that. I mean, differently from today, where in a lot of racing competitions you have so many gadgets showing you everything about the track. Back then I'm not sure if you had many of those.
impressive win.
Well, you did have gadgets, but I don't know how precise they were. Okay, this guy, my teammate, got in a good position again with this car, so I gotta assume that he is, like, his strong suit are Formula cars, because otherwise, why doesn't he show the same strength with literally anything else? So I gotta assume that he specializes in Formula 3. Well, a lot of rookies... Well, the Formula 3 is already relatively advanced though, but there are a lot of rookies, like very young people that we're talking, I don't know, 17, 18 years... Well, I don't know exactly what's the minimum allowed, but I guess 18 years old is like the safe bet that, you know, when you are that young and you want to become a professional race driver, you do enter those sort of categories like Formula 4 and company. And yeah, Formula 3 probably is one of them. Well, in fact, I'm pretty sure that in Formula 2 you have very young drivers as well. I mean, Formula 2 is kind of like a playing ground for people to eventually transition into Formula 1. So it's very possible that many rookies start with that. That's assuming you start with racing when you are very young. Oh, that's pretty nice. Nice jump scare. Yeah, I'm not sure how the typical racing career goes. I think most people, when like they are kids or like teenagers, they start with karting, right? It's essentially those little vehicles that almost look like toys, except that they, you know, they can actually race. So I think that calling them toys is a little bit of an understatement, but Well, when I say understatement, I mean that they are certainly not just toys. Those things go relatively fast. When you're that young, I guess you start with that. The question, I guess, is if you don't start as a young driver. They might just murder that guy. Because I'm pretty sure that there might have been a lot of racing drivers that did not start when they were kids. I cannot imagine a lot of them becoming world famous, but I mean, they can still participate. I don't know, since that's something that I always saw, like something so far from me, right? Something that I will never become a part of. I don't know exactly how it's handled, like a racing driver career. Not to mention, it also depends on where you live. We'll assume that most racing drivers start with local competitions, and your local competitions are most likely not gonna be, you know, something international. Okay. Well, that was pretty free. Well, obviously when I switched to the stability control. And yeah, my teammate's doing super well. So yeah, I think at this point we can confirm that he specializes in Formula M. He even got 3rd place on the overall standings. And good shit. You almost made me proud. Well, in fact, I wonder how much that translates to the earnings. Yeah, he got quite a prize money there compared to how he usually does. Wait, why is there a brand called Police? Seems a little bit old. Okay, I could do GT1. Yeah, I mean, might as well. With Saline. Though, at the same time, since it's probably gonna be on the same tracks I just did, I guess for the sake of variety, we probably want to go here first. Now, the annoying thing here, for example, is that you need to purchase another GT1. I could also just do this one. I'm a little bit scared that it says Endurance, though. What do you mean by Endurance? Exactly. Because they are 3 races. Maybe it just uses the word Endurance as a random thing, right? Like, they just want to use something to represent the event.
He knows this track like the back of his hand.
Right. So what is an endurance for this game? Okay, you know, they just use the word endurance because they feel like it. But wait, we are driving with Le Mans prototypes here, I just realized. And I'm in 1st place of my category. Okay, that's interesting. I guess they call it endurance because it's a multi-class. I mean, just because it's a multi-class doesn't mean that it's an endurance, you know. Even though most multi-class competitions tend to be endurances, I guess. Well, it depends on your definition of endurance. It's just that in video game form, an endurance will be like an hour race will be an endurance for video game standards, but for real life standards, that's pretty average. Like in real life, an endurance is 12 hours, 24 hours. Yeah, these ones, yeah, obviously we're not gonna reach them, but I don't know if they are LMP2 or LMP1. I feel like they are LMP2 simply because the distance is not that great here, so they are probably LMP2, maybe. Don't worry, I'll be on that side shortly enough. I will become the LMP. I like the idea that LMP is the end game. It's pretty cool. I mean, same as Gran Turismo. Well, starting from 3, I think, right? So in Gran Turismo 2, like the end game cars were essentially like the rally cars, right? I think. So yeah, basically here, like since Gran Turismo 3, LMPs kinda became the end game. Which is pretty cool. Also, is this guy a faster... No, hold up. This Saleen is GT1, which means that this guy cannot possibly be a faster category. So that means that I'm actually second place right now. Okay. See, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, you kinda tempted me. Tempted me a little bit. I think that Aston Martin is most likely going faster than I am. It's a little bit scary. Yes, I mean, he's not overtaking because I'm not taking the corners pretty quickly at all. And basically I'm blocking him, but he could easily overtake me like last time. So I wonder if these are two categories or if there are more. If it's GT1 and LMP2 or how it is. Well, to be fair, maybe it's all 4 of them. Actually. I mean, it's just that you wouldn't know if GT2 is here. Because, you know, it will be behind you. You cannot possibly know it. Though looking behind, since these guys are so close, I will assume the majority is GT1, right? Like, these ones are obviously... Well, I wanna see. Okay, so you do have actually the 2 LMPs. Yeah, you have every category. Just that with the category that you run with, there will always be more cars than any other category. So here you have 6 GT1 and the other ones are 3, well, with the exception of LMP2 for whatever reason. But yeah, we will get to the Le Mans prototype at some point, don't worry about it. At some point... Just that LMP2 really doesn't seem that much faster. Anyways, what's important here is that first place is 8th place. So 8th place is the objective no matter what. Can you do this slower, please? Feel like you didn't brake hard enough, Mr. Aston Martin. I also investigated this Saline company that I didn't know of is apparently American. With that name I wouldn't have expected it, apparently it is. And this car at least looks super cool. I wonder why not many other racing games have it, because as I say, it's kind of, well, now that after a couple of crashes doesn't look that nice, but it really looks like the combination of a McLaren and a Lamborghini, and they are both very pretty cars, so pretty nice. And they are still active. It's not like it's one of those companies that went bankrupt or whatever, in theory. So I think, well, actually I'm not sure. I was gonna say that last chicane is very heavily exaggerated, but maybe not. Like, I think it is that pronounced. Though I think that it might have more of an inclination in the terrain. At least here, this chicane, Eau Rouge, seems relatively accurate. Relatively. So differently from the previous track here, I'm taking a very convincing lead. This is what happens when you know a track very well. Now, I don't think it's about that. I just think that sometimes the AI is just weaker. Where is the grid? I don't see a grid anywhere on the track. Well, the grid is what you call the starting setup of the cars. Well, the setup, that's not the word that I should be using. It's what you call the formation of cars at the beginning. So basically, when everyone is parked one next to each other, that's the grid. How is it going, Wasabi? That's the grid. What you see there is the grid. Well, once they are all off, well, no, but that's what you call the grid. Pretty cool, I guess, that they, just were the first one to use that name in a video game to refer to a racing game. Well, I guess it's kind of like Gran Turismo, right? Like Gran Turismo, I think it's, well, it basically refers to Grand Touring, but I'm pretty sure that it's called like that in, well, first of all, it sounds Spanish, like those are two words in Spanish, but I'm not sure if it's based on that. But I think there is an expression to refer to touring cars that is like that, and I guess they were the first ones to use it as the branding for a video game. And then there are some other ones like Assetto Corsa. Assetto Corsa just means in Italian, Fuck, what's the word I'm thinking of? It basically means car configuration or something like that, car setup. Basically how you know, set up the different things that a car has that can be changed before a race starts, right? Like, I don't know, the suspension, the brake pressure, that sort of shit. Well, that guy didn't have a very strong suspension, I think. Assetto Corsa means that in Italian. So a lot of racing games have like very ironically generic names, but I mean, it's a racing game, it's not like can be much more. Well, in fact, you have Project Cars. Project Cars is a franchise, like of 3 games. And it's literally just called Project Cars. It's like making like a war shooter and call it Project War. Or I don't know, making a rhythm game and call it Project Rhythm. Or Project Songs, I guess, will be a more accurate example. Or making you know, a game about Eastern mythologies and calling it Touhou Project. Oh wait. Now, at least that one is less obvious. But yeah, Project Cars is a game. And it's simply called like that, Project Cars. Well, basically the most popular simulator in the world is called iRacing, which it's creative in a way, because it's like, you know, the I is kind of like supposed to be internet or something, right? Like something that goes through the network, and then just the word racing. Yeah, a game about the virtual divas and calling it Project Diva. That's true. Well, Need for Speed, that's an expression. Like, when people say they have the Need for Speed, it's an English expression. It's just that I'm not sure if it's as common as the other things. Like, I guess it's okay. But maybe that's because I'm an ESL. If I had English as my native language, I would probably say, damn, Need for Speed, what a shitty ass name for a game. But yeah, it is an expression. What other racing games are there that have like very generic names, despite them being very popular, of course? Well, Automobilista is also the name of a simulator. Automobilista just basically, well, in Spanish and probably in Italian as well, just means someone that drives cars, like a car driver, and that's the name of the game, right? 24 hours of Le Mans. And we're talking about games that are not just like some no-name indie games that no one gives a fuck about. Like, we're talking about, you know, games that are relatively high profile. They might not be the most extremely popular ever, but... What's this? Toda Racing Challenge? What you mean Toda? This is the NSX. Toda is the place, I'm assuming. Alright, well, I like the NSX, so sure, I guess, but I'm very tempted to turn off the stability control, mostly because it's the same category as the Skyline, and I didn't need it with the Skyline. This might be a horrible mistake, however. It's fine. We know there are no consequences for retiring anyways. I guess a lot of games, well, I think when it comes to a name, it's better for it to be simple and easy to remember than something complex. Oh, but this is Okutama. Yeah, this track is pretty fucked up. But we will see how the NSX behaves. We will see if it misbehaves. But again, it's the same category as the Skyline, so if the Skyline you can easily use it without enabling the stability control, you might be able to do the same thing here. And I think that's, like, now I think it's more clear. I mean, I more or less already expected that to be the case, but the reason why it doesn't feel like these cars are understeering is because they are going pretty slow in general. So you don't think you're understeering, but you are understeering. It's just that it doesn't really matter too much, because that's kinda the speed you're expected to go anyways. Also not too generic. Well, it depends, I guess. Ooh, okay, that was an interesting accident. It depends on how good the product ends up being. Yes, well, you know, there is an example that you are very familiar with, Street Fighter. You know that Street Fighter is a painfully generic name, right? Like, calling a fighting game Street Fighter is super generic, and yet it's one of the most popular, you know, well, it's the most popular fighting game in history, and basically what defined fighting games. So that's the thing about names, and some of them being generic, is that ends up not mattering if the product is good enough, because it will simply be remembered because of that. Now, if a Street Fighter was called something else, and a game today released being called Street Fighter, it probably will just, like, just by the name alone, it probably will be pretty ignored, right? Pretty sure there's another piece of media out there with that name too. It's possible. I mean, I think that copyrights usually apply to a specific piece of media, so if you share the same name that another piece of media shares, but you are not of the same type of media, I don't think it matters. Unless it's like a very proper name that is trademark. For the most part, if it's relatively reasonable, like, you know, Street Fighter, that it's like a very common expression, I guess. The Street Fighter from well, technically it's slightly different. It's called The Street Fighter. But I guess it does apply. Yeah, I personally, since I never really plan on having like a copyright of my own, I don't really know the specifics because I never really needed to think about them. Those are the kind of things that you learn more when you are part of the equation, right? When you need to worry about it. Like, for example, I know quite a bit of what you need about renting because I am renting, but if I wasn't renting this apartment, I probably wouldn't know that much about that. So it's all a matter of experience, and yeah, I don't think I have enough experience with... Well, enough experience? No, I have no experience with trademarks and copyright to see what's allowed and what isn't. And in case there is like a coincidence, what will happen, right? That's something that escapes my context, my realm. But yeah, it's fine. I'm sure that the guys at Capcom have everything under control. Well, another fighting game with a pretty generic name is the King of Fighters. Like, the King of Fighters At least it sounds cool, but yeah, it's a pretty generic name. Extremely generic name. And I think it's kind of ironic because it comes from two other games that are, I think, not extremely original, I guess, but they are cool names that at least have some trace of originality, which is Art of Fighting and Fatal Fury. Those names I think are pretty cool. They might not be the epitome of originality, but they are certainly more original than the King of Fighters. That's for sure. So I think that this was a very bad start. This should be a restart, most likely. We will see though. There's still time. Okay, yeah, that has to be a restart. I guess it will be a restart. Well, I was also thinking of Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is actually, I think, a relatively original name, but what makes it even more original is that it's spelled with a K. And that's actually like part of the branding of the game. Like a lot of other things inside of the series that will normally be spelled with a C are spelled with a K. So, yeah. Wow, nice. You know, this track might be pretty hard to actually win with no stability control. Like, I think that the other version, because this is essentially the same but in reverse, I think that this one will actually be hard to do. And I'm starting pretty badly as well. Well, I'll keep restarting, I don't mind, not to mention that I already started with a win, so I have a strong enough lead. Now, the issue is that the third race is most likely gonna be the full-length version of this track, and that full-length version is very hard, so I'm scared. I keep failing that corner no matter what, though. I think that this will have to be a restart again, but I just don't know how to take that corner. It seems that... I mean, it's the same problem that I had last time. I just don't know how to take those corners. Or any corner for that matter. Will be a shame if here I actually have to redo the whole thing simply because I didn't pick stability control. Yeah, I guess this also is like the worst track to not pick stability control. Oh well. My opponents also certainly don't help here.
It looks like a driver has spun out. That's Akihiko Kumato.
Aki what? What did you just call me? I think you say Akihiko, but I don't think it matters. It was a guy behind me. I'll take a third place if I can. Yeah, and these guys are certainly helping me out. To get that third place, need to reach that guy right in front of me. That's... what the hell, dude?
Right rear wheel is practically bald.
unless one of these guys crashes, I'm not gonna get a third place at this rate. Man, taking these corners is so hard. It really is. I also know if here there is like a CPU favorite to win or not. Maybe. I hope not. Considering that in a lot of these pro events there has usually been like a team favorite or something, there might be one here. I'm not gonna let you keep that position, mister. This fourth place is bad. Normally I wouldn't take it, but it's whatever. What a mess of corners, dude. Like, this particular version of this track has to be the hardest track in the game, simply because of how the AI behaves. The track itself, I mean, I guess it is hard, but it's not like it's an insane big deal. But the way the AI just takes everything like it was on rails is a problem, without a doubt. So yeah, you will keep the fourth place. We will see how the standings go. The issue is that a fourth place will most likely force me to either win the last one, or maybe even with a win it won't be enough. That's a fourth. Well, we will see. Maybe there is no favorite, but there probably is. What do the standings have to say? Well, I am first. So the one to look out for is Arata Matsui. And if I get second place, I am guaranteed to win, basically. Tim. I'm not used to failing that many sponsors. That's where most of my money comes from. But I think that this Okutama version might be the full one. Maybe. Yeah, you can tell it says 2 laps. Now, the issue is that the full version here, well, it's the first time in this mode that this version appears. I play this one on single race mode because it's simply the first one that shows up for some reason. And this is a hard track. Now, the question is how the AI behaves. The hard part about this is that corners are, or rather the wall is very close. And especially these are mountain walls, so they don't pop as much as you would think. Like, for example, those. Also, the guy in first place is the guy that is second in the standings, so here I will need to get second place myself to win the championship. Oh, someone died.
Okay, only 2 seconds stand between you and a podium finish.
Yeah, but the podium finish is not enough, it has to be second place. Ooh, that's also a very dangerous set of corners. But it's behind, so I don't give a fuck. Well, there are only 2 laps at least, so I don't know if that's a good thing in itself. I mean, it's shorter, but do I want it to be shorter? Especially when the podium is so far ahead. I mean, at this point it should be a restart. Like, I'm not reaching the podium. Ah, fuck. But yeah. I mean, it was my mistake for trying to go without stability control, as always. I just wanted to know at least if the same category as the Skyline will be as good as the Skyline, but it seems like the Skyline really is a magical car, because I'm pretty sure that if I use the Skyline here instead of this NSX, it will actually drive without understeering. So yeah, I don't know, I mean, I guess someone in the dev team was a fan of the Skyline, which, I mean, it is to be expected. Who isn't? But yeah, they made the Skyline too good, and it makes you think that every other car will also be as good as that, but it is not. It is not even close. That corner is so annoying. Very, very sharp. In fact, those 2 corners are very sharp. I'm doing an instant replay, I don't know why, I shouldn't. But yeah, whatever. I guess I don't care enough. Was a very bad racing line. Now this looks to be the same situation as last time. Like, if one of these guys spins out, the podium will be ahead of me in the exact same way. That's pretty annoying. It's the exact same thing, though there is a difference. Well, not that big of a difference, but it's in second place, the guy that is my issue. So if I can finish 3rd place and he stays in 2nd, I win the championship, but that's the issue. Can I reach the 3rd? I feel like he's way too far. I also used my flashback already, so... Fuck. That corner is also messed up, because the outside, whatever that material is, really holds you back. I just don't know what they were thinking with even making the stability control something that you can disable. It's a little bit dumb. Hold up. If I'm able to survive that accident, that's an instant podium. It's just that with the flashback it's most likely not happening again, but... it indeed did not happen again. In fact, if anything, the only moron that crashed was me. Well, I shouldn't have rolled it back that far. I guess that was my mistake. If I wanted to have the accident happening but survive it, yeah, that was my bad. It's just that I'm so used to rewinding the most possible that yeah, I guess I messed up. It's fine, it happens. It's a common thing. think it's less than 2 seconds.
Nice driving. Now you're in fourth.
Now I'm in second. Oh, fuck. That almost fucked me up though, damn. And things are so fucked up that my teammate is in 3rd place. It's like everyone else crashed. Hey, don't worry, this guy
Directly behind you.
This guy is an expert at fucking up, so don't worry. But yeah, this result will give me the championship. It's just that, yeah, good luck maintaining this result.
Separate you from first place.
Don't worry what separates me from first place, because I'm not getting it. Oh, and yes, my teammate already died. I mean, I'm not surprised. I just wanted you to survive a little bit more. To at least work as my personal blocker, but it's whatever. Well, and by the way, Arata Matsui is the guy behind. That's the one to look out for. If he gets second though, he's definitely not gonna reach the first place, so...
I'm in the last.
Damn, you went to last, really? Come on, dude. It's what I told you, like, it wasn't gonna last long, that 3rd place from my teammate.
Another driver is out in a crash on the track. That's Akio Watanabe.
That's fine. Send Watanabe my regards. Oof. A little piece of car in the middle of the track. It's really look like another champs car. Well, the good thing is that, by the way, I have a flashback. Like, I haven't used it yet, so that's pretty good. Ideally, I would want to not use it, however. And doing this at full speed is crazy, but it's what you are supposed to do. But it's such a dangerous thing. I am also surprised, by the way, as I say before, that this track, this is the first time that it shows up in this mode. Because, I mean, you repeated so many other tracks so many times, so you could have just used this one. Well, that's a tournament win, but yeah. Here, basically, it's not just a matter of speed, as I said at the beginning of this championship. There's something very clearly messed up about the skyline that places it above every other car of its category, and it makes you not need the stability control. I almost got first place in the team tournament. That one was my fault, for sure. Okay. The question is, will I keep being a moron and trying to disable the stability control, or will I keep it enabled from... Well, I guess with the exception of drift, but I hope I'm not a moron. Alright, so get the Saline, and more importantly... Wait, hold up. Actually, the other one forced me to get a... like, either a Corvette or an Aston Martin, so I guess I could use the Corvette for some variety. Oh, there are 2 Corvettes. So 1 Aston Martin, 2 Corvette. This one has better brakes but less grip. Oh, and it has also less top speed, but it's more expensive. That's all. I mean, I guess I'll take this one. Yeah, I don't think it means that it's better. Just an odd decision to have those stats, I guess. Yeah, let me use this Corvette. Damn, did I do that many flashbacks? Nice. Pretty cool. Oh, I think I got the ugly Corvette. Well, it's not like it's ugly, but I certainly prefer... Well, this one is a more classic Corvette. That's the thing, it's like the... At least it's shaped like the typical 90s Corvette, while the other one is, I think, the most modern one. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't want to pick the Aston Martin because I like the GT2 car that I have is Aston Martin, right? So I didn't want to repeat that. Come on, these are 4 laps. You see, like here you can tell how the stability control essentially makes it so you can smoke everyone effortlessly. No issues at all. You know, it reminds me, now that I see I remember the comment about Project Diva. It's been a while since I played a game on stream that is kind of like not part of a playthrough, or rather just something that I casually play, either in hope for a run, like a shoot 'em up, or, you know, simply just casually play something without really looking for completion. I guess I personally prefer games like this nowadays, simply because it allows me to be pretty lazy and not thinking about editing or anything like that. Ah, fuck. Damn. I don't really care though. I do plan, I think that it will be a nice thing to, after I'm done with this game and before starting with Grid 2, assuming I can make it work, that is, will be nice to I guess play something like Project Diva. Nice hit, by the way. How about you don't do that? I could play Project Diva after beating this. I guess it depends on when I beat it. I like using Project Diva as a filler game for when I don't know what to play. Because I know that the game works. It just works, you know? So I don't need to test anything. But so many other games don't work the way I would want them to. So I need to spend time before the stream in making them work. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying. It's fine. Ah, fuck. That was a horrible start no matter how you look at it. Didn't it? So you know that despite all of the sponsors here, the livery of my team really doesn't look like it will belong to a real life livery. I guess that's simply because I'm not creative enough to make it look that way. Because yeah, this game gives you quite some options to make your own livery, and you can probably make it look pretty similar to real life ones, and with all the sponsors, of course, that helps even more. Yeah, this one I cannot imagine it being part of a real team. Just looks too, I don't know if basic or simply not impressive enough. So many sponsors in this game, yeah. It's what I was thinking the other day, like, I wonder how much these sponsors paid to be in the game, and especially the ones that give you more money, because like, this is essentially the perfect way of doing advertisement without outright making you watch an advertisement video. Like, here you actually get familiarized with brands, like the ones that pay the most, and you need to like pay attention to them so you apply them to your livery so you get more rewards. So this is definitely what I would call a pretty genius advertisement. I wouldn't call it subtle, but the thing is that it's something that makes sense in the context of the game, and it's also well implemented in a way that it doesn't just feel forced, right? I guess you can say that in general racing games, just the fact that they use real life brands, that's already an advertisement in itself. But the thing about that is that I think everyone is like, I wanna drive a Ferrari, right? Or a Lamborghini. Like, you will think of it as an advertisement, but at the same time I think that it's just the natural thing to do, right? Like including real life cars. But here with the sponsors, it's a different thing, because I mean, you don't really care about these sponsors in particular. Like, in fact, I think some of these are not even related to cars, right? But since here it's supposed to be a career mode where you get sponsors to get more money to mimic how it will be to be a team manager and shit, I think it's pretty well done. Like, they definitely did pretty good with like imagining the whole structure of this game. I mean, not just the sponsors, but like also the way you progress through the different categories and shit. I just wish, like, I think that the biggest flaw of the game really is the inconsistency of the AI. Well, and the randomness of the starting grid. The fact that you start in a completely random position is like, what are you doing? Aside from that, I think it's a very well done game, which really makes me fear, as I was saying earlier today, the latest game in the series, Grid Legends. The fact that it has an actual story mode, apparently. Like, if there is a game that I wouldn't give a shit about a story, it's a game like this one. There is a fly stalking me, by the way. It's fine, don't worry about it. It will leave me alone, surely. Anyways, I mean, maybe they do a very good job at narrating it and making me care about the story, but I just think that in racing games, like, story and racing games, I feel like usually don't merge well together. Well, they don't. I think they don't merge well together if they are supposed to be based on real life. I mean, stuff like Sonic Riders, for example. Yeah, I thought that the story mode was pretty cool, pretty cheesy as well, but cool nonetheless. Well, F-Zero. Oh, well, F-Zero. The story in F-Zero Shietsu is extremely cheesy. But yeah, I guess it's enjoyable simply because of the ridiculousness of it and well, the fact that the setting certainly encourages that sort of thing, but for something that is more real life, I don't know. It's like, you know, that Gran Turismo has been a thing for 30 years and not in a single game there was a story. And people, myself included, still love that series because it does exactly what you expect them to do. Like, you simply have a gigantic collection of cars with a relatively decent collection of challenges that require you to be, you know, creative with your car pick. Fuck. But yeah, if Grid wants to start doing more than that, I'm not sure if I would like it. In fact, I don't know what's the first game in the series that actually starts having like a narrative story, because maybe Legends is not the first one. Like maybe it's the one that released in 2019 that is just called Grid. That's something that I will see. Well, or maybe it's the next game in the series, like maybe Grid 2 already has like a narrative story and shit. We will see. For now, this one, it's definitely a type of game that just limits itself to doing, you know, what it's supposed to do, which is, you know, you have cars, you have challenges, and you gotta use them to drive in them, right? Like the usual stuff. So I hope that at least the majority of the following games follow that logic. Will be nice. Okay. We got that.
Nice win, and the money's not bad either.
I like the fact that I'm pretty much getting a million almost guaranteed every time that I finish an event. Oh yeah, there is the challenge when you complete all of the events of like a cluster of events. Almost forgot about them. So here you get 2 million if you manage to clear it. So I wonder if this will have dramatic music. I think that so far all of these 1v1 challenges have dramatic music. So I feel like with this BMW I could have definitely not used the stability control or whatever. This, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the slowest. Well, no, I will say that the slowest car in the game is probably the TVR. This one is supposed to be touring car, and I think this game has 2 touring cars. It has the BMW and I think a Chevrolet. Well, maybe it has 3. I don't remember what the other one is though, but I think the touring cars are the slowest category in the game. Probably. So maybe I would have gotten away with not enabling the traction. I mean the stability control. I didn't try a single time, like while I'm on stream, to disable the traction control, but I know it's a horrible idea. There is no way that's the right call. Also, I think it's pretty clear now. I had my doubts at the beginning if Nürburgring Nordschleife was gonna be in the game. Well, no. It pretty clearly isn't, because if... Like, I'm pretty sure you will have seen it at least once by now. It seems that they only have the Grand Prix variant. Also, yeah, there is indeed dramatic music. It's just that I feel like it's dramatic music for a challenge that is not very dramatic at all. Like, this BMW in Nürburgring is like... Yeah, it's supposed to be Sherman stuff and all of that. Wait, is this even Nürburgring? Like, I'm thinking it is, but maybe it's not and I just made that up. It's just that I'm not the best one at recognizing the Grand Prix variant of Nürburgring. Maybe we are in Istanbul and I just don't know. Okay, that is a flashback for sure. You can see that even with all the driving aids, you can still make a mistake like that. Why am I losing control so much? It's fine, I still win. I find it pretty funny how they show the name of the one that lost and it just says loser very big above them. Pretty rough. I mean, they are the losers, yeah. Just I think it's a very rough way of saying it. Alright, so the Euro Pro events are done. I guess I could do the drift event simply for variety's sake. Yeah, remember to turn off the stability control. I don't know if that helps or not, but so far every drift event I did it like that, and even though it might have been a little bit painful, it still went well, kinda. The problem is that this is the hardest drift type event there is, which is racing on top of drifting. It's the two things at the same time. I fucked that up. Okay, yeah, that's not the way to do that. Also, well, these are probably gonna be 3 races. Yeah, it was also the case last time. I really hope that this is the last drift event in the game, but something tells me there will be a drift event at the end, probably. Like in the higher category. Ah, fuck me. Man, it's so easy to lose control. Well, not to mention this track is an abomination. It's an absolute abomination of a track. It's already an abomination for racing. I feel like it's even more of an abomination for drifting. There's just no winning, no winning with this thing. that didn't work. And also this random ass obstacle that you just put a truck in the middle of the road because you just feel like it. It's probably gonna be more cancerous than I expected, and I already expected this to be cancerous, but this might surpass my expectations. Yeah, I didn't want to kill you like that, but at the same time, blame the truck being the way it is. That was pretty bad compared to the first place. I didn't even see that. It's fine. But actually, no, it's not fine. I think I lost a whole drift there. Like, I lost the whole points from the drift. I kinda murdered someone else. I think it was the guy that was in first place, so not a bad thing. At least there was the score being redeemed. Wait, so there wasn't one lap yet? Like, now it's been one lap. Oh, that's gonna be such a pain in the ass, dude. I thought we already went through one lap. Yeah, that will be pain no matter how you look at it. Like, this is like the worst track you can do. Also have someone racking up quite some points. I can't believe that, dude. That corner is so shitty because you have the arrows telling you to go right, only to not go right at the end. Who made this track? Like, why did you make this track, dude? Like, I'm pretty sure it's not even a real track, so why didn't you leave it in your imagination? Would have been better. I think I'm gonna get triggered out of this event. I think it's gonna make me retire. Hopefully not. I mean, hopefully not, simply because I will have to do it later anyway, so... What the hell? And that didn't make me lose my drift somehow. Means that was shit. I'll do one more try, because if I keep going, I'm gonna get triggered. So, one more try, and we will leave it for some other time. Because, yeah, this sort of shit triggers me to no end. That should also not be... I should not continue with the attempt like that, but it's fine, whatever, I will. Just that right now, that's the issue, the score gets claimed very early when the multiplier is nothing. The multiplier and also the score itself is nothing. I wouldn't say I got the hang of drifting. Oof, that was very close. That was bad. At this point I feel like I cannot even talk because I need to focus so much on this shit. Like, drifting requires so much brain power. Way too much brain power. Oh, look at this guy. Someone still has more points than me. It's not the guy that is ahead of me though. Someone else. Well, this guy ahead of me is probably building them up. And he will soon show what he's been building up. Or maybe not. I don't know. Is the final lap. Badly aimed. No. Should probably claim this. I should have claimed that score. That would have been a victory. I can't fucking believe that. That's so annoying, dude. It's my fault, but like I got greedy, I guess, but alright, that's fine. No, not retire from race, retire from this whole piece of shit. Please. Drifting pisses me off so much, dude. You have no idea how much it pisses me off. If drifting could be permanently removed from any racing game, I will take it. It's fine, whatever. Shut the fuck up. Let me go to another event. So, here. I'd rather use the Saleen. It's a prettier car. In fact, here I think that I'm just gonna ignore that drift event and just go to the higher categories. Like, I'm not here to waste time drifting. I'll do that when I don't want to break something in half. Also, how is it going, Sunshine? No, I absolutely hate Metal Gear Solid. I don't think I can hate anything more than Metal Gear Solid, so yeah, that includes drifting. But yeah, don't worry about it. The playthrough will never come. That's right at the beginning. Damage. It's fine. I'm doing well. Well, not in the game because of the piece of shit drifting, but yeah, I'm doing well outside of the game, I guess. How is the game in general? I mean, the game in general is good. Like, don't let my hatred for drifting cloud the impression In fact, if you really want to, you can completely ignore drifting. It's just that here I kinda wanna do all the events in the game, and obviously that includes the drifting one, but if you want to, like, you have enough reputation to be able to just go to the top events without needing to beat all of the lower ones. So yeah, it's not necessary to beat the drift events. I will, but yeah, it's if I wanted to, I will simply ignore them. And yeah, it probably will be for the best, but at this point I just want to get the gold on everything. I mean, the biggest weakness of this game is simply the inconsistency of the AI. The AI is super good on some things and super bad on some other things. That is the biggest weakness the game has. Oh. Yeah, I saw him. I decided to give him a little push at the end too. Well, blame that stupid asshole that's been out. Don't blame me. I mean, keep in mind that in this game the concept of yellow flag doesn't exist, so if someone has an accident, I have no way of seeing it coming. Well, I mean, you can react to it, but the thing is that... What am I doing? That was my bad. It would be appreciated if there was... Well, when I say yellow flag, I don't mean the... Like, there needs to be a safety car or anything like that. But simply a yellow flag to show you, hey, someone crashed in front of you, be careful. So I will, you know, reduce my speed when that happens, because otherwise I'm just gonna assume everything is fine, but it's not fine, right? That's the biggest issue. Okay, I guess that's a minor complaint, at least compared to the inconsistency of the AI. That is I will say a major complaint, even though it doesn't really, like, I don't think it really stains the game, because as I say before, even simulators have this issue where the AI is super fast in some places and super slow in others, and it's just simply the way it is, right? Like, can't do much about that. Like, not many games in the market have an AI that is like ultra consistent and, you know, like super well done, right? Even as I said, on simulators, and this one is not a simulator, so... Can you stop taking damage? Are you gonna take damage on every single race? You really don't want the sponsorship money, I guess. That's a shame. Yeah, you probably should get the sponsorship money. someone die there.
You just missed a nasty accident.
No, I didn't miss it, I saw it. It was right in front of me. You can say I dodged it instead of missed it.
Only 3 seconds separate you from first place.
Also, that drift event I will... I want to finish it before today, so that way I'm completely done with the pro events before the next stream, right? That's the idea. And then we can deal with the other tier of events without worrying about this one. There is most likely gonna be drift event, at least one drift event in the next one, as long as it's not one of the race ones and simply a drift event where you're on your own and you can do anything you want at your own pace. I wouldn't mind too much. I mean, I still will mind because fuck drifting, but it will be better than a drift race, that's for sure. I think that it's, you know, I feel like drifting in games, and when I say drifting I mean specifically in games where drifting is not a main mechanic, because yes, obviously in games like Initial D or Daytona USA, drifting is the point of the game, like the game is built around drifting, right? But the thing is, in games like this where the regular way of driving is simply by taking the corners normally, I cannot imagine most people being fan of drifting in these games. Like, I feel like drifting in these games is kind of like the water levels in platforming games. You know how nobody fucking likes like water levels in platforming games, right? It's one of those things that it's almost always in a platforming game, but almost everyone hates it. I mean, yes, there's probably a couple of weirdos that are like, oh yeah, that water level, yeah, that's my favorite one. But for the most part in platforming games, water levels tend to be the most hated ones. So I have a feeling that drifting in this type of games is the same thing. Like, it's like you're playing a water level. It's that it's there for the sake of variety, but you would prefer if it wasn't there. I haven't asked enough people, and I don't think racing games have the fame as platformer games, right? But something tells me that drifting is very similar to that. Like in games where drifting is not expected, having drifting events is, yeah, not pretty nice. But I don't know. I will have to make a poll, right? We'll have to make we'll have to ask a lot of people what they think about drifting. The thing is that it's, I guess, hard already to find people into racing games, so yeah. It's whatever though. At least they are not the majority of the game. It actually reminds me that in Gran Turismo 5, like, or well, 5 or 6, like, there were like weekly events. I remember there being drift events, and I never did them because fuck them, dude. Like, I'm not gonna drift in fucking Gran Turismo. If there's specifically a game that I wouldn't want drifting on, is Gran Turismo. I mean, maybe in the PlayStation 1 games that drifting was pretty much the way to take corners because the physics were not that developed, right? Like they were just starting out. But by the time Gran Turismo 5 and 6 were out, where the physics were definitely, you know, complex enough to try to mimic more realistic driving, even though of course it's still not realistic, or there is an attempt. I definitely don't want to drift. It's already hard enough to take the corners normally, and you want me to fucking drift? No thank you. So here I'm surprised by how fast these guys are going. I feel like I'm going relatively fast myself, but these guys are certainly being faster than me. Well, it only took one accident and now I'm in the podium all of a sudden. But this one I should even get the second place. And the first place I don't need it, so I don't really care if I get it or not. But there's 4 laps in total, so still far from being over. We're only crossing the halfway point of the race right now. I think it is possible for me to reach the first place. It's not that far, and I think that I'm keeping up with him relatively well. Not to mention that this track, I guess, is one of those examples where the AI takes some corners way more slowly than I do. So eventually I end up catching up. I guess the issue here is overtaking. It's making it pretty hard for me to overtake. It had to happen eventually. That was a cool chase, I think. Make no mistake, the reason why I was able to reach him is because the AI in this track doesn't do the corners as fast as it could, especially this one. Like that, this one and then this chicane, they do it so much slower than they could. It's, as I say, it's super inconsistent. Like, they do it slow if they feel like doing it slow. Well, my teammate also sucked a bundle of dicks here, but it's fine. It's what he does very, very well. Okay. So this will unlock the challenge for the Pro American event, which is always nice. Wait, is the Red Cross one of the sponsors? Oh, and it's gonna be on the Viper. Wait, wasn't the previous one also a showdown on the Viper? Maybe not. Wasn't it? I feel like it was, but I could be wrong. Yeah, don't worry. He's getting his ass kicked. Or will I? Maybe I won't. Ooh, that was pretty close. You know, he's actually going pretty fast here. The grass kinda fucked me there. Yeah, this attempt doesn't seem like it's gonna happen at this rate. I still wanna keep going though. Mostly to also get used to the track. The one thing that you cannot expect to happen here is the opponent having an accident. Like, unless you force him into that, like you crash him out. Okay, that went bad. This one might actually be hard, and keep in mind that all the driving aids are enabled, so it's not gonna be a free challenge. The problem is that I'm already doing that first corner badly. I need to do it better. Come on, you can do it. Oh, something that this car has, like now that I have the stability control, because without the stability control this car understeers quite a bit. But with this stability control it does the opposite, it oversteers quite a lot. And these corners are corners that you are meant to take almost at full speed, so makes it even harder to avoid oversteering. Okay. Well, keeping the lead will be very hard, without a doubt. Without having someone to chase here, feels a lot more calm to take these corners. Like I'm taking my time to position myself in the optimal racing line and all of that. That being said, I still think some corners he's doing them way faster than I am, but as long as it's enough to keep him at bay, it doesn't matter. I fucked that up. I mean, that corner is so deadly. That's an extremely deadly corner. It's like a fast corner, but it's also quite long, so it's hard to take it. That's basically this collection of corners here. Very fast corners that you make a mistake and you are dead. The grass again. I'm actually focusing quite a bit, in case you haven't noticed. Yeah, this guy is pretty close, so You do one of these corners slow enough and you don't bother blocking, like, well, I did that corner not that well, but I at least did bother blocking. That's the thing, you have to pay attention to
Great driving.
yeah, that works. Now, one thing I'll tell you is that if the AI was any more aggressive, it will be very hard to win some of these races, because they will, instead of staying behind you and braking, they will just try overtaking, you know? Okay, so that's another one. And this one I will do it, but as I say, I want to do it at the end of today's stream. So in this one, what do we have? Oh, with this one you already start with LMP. Well, in fact, all of these are with LMP. This one already starts with GT1. Oh, and there is drifting here. So that's interesting. The European side fully focuses on LMP, while this one, well, I think the top one is LMP, and yeah, I guess. Okay, well, we could start with this, but what are you forcing me to pick here?
Look, if you're going to race, you need
Oh,
a
the
car.
Koenigsegg. Okay. That's pretty expensive, but I guess it's to be expected. Alright, yeah, like here, I'm not even gonna try not having the stability control. The Koenigsegg Agera, very cool car. I wonder if it's gonna be like in some other games that I played where like it's a super loud engine. It's like you hear a roar happening.
Lead on this course and overtake him.
Wait, I didn't check how long this championship is. It probably is either 4 or 5 races, right? Oh, also I didn't check the sponsors. Because at this point in time, I probably do have better sponsors than... whatever. I mean, the sponsors I have right now are good enough at making money, so... I could have more, yes, but... I don't think it's that necessary for now. Not to mention that beating these events here in this category should... Oh, wow. Okay. Should be enough to...
You've moved into 7th place.
to get better sponsors, I mean. It's hard to focus sometimes, you know.
All ahead.
Okay, that... Was that corner always like that? I remember it being so... like, short, right? I like how my teammate has basically like one number higher than me on the car number. So I have 25 and he has 26. Pretty cute. But are you gonna crash always on the same spot? Can you be a little bit more original?
You're now in 9th.
And that's something that I'm noticing. It seems that winning these events is not gonna be as easy as the previous ones, which obviously makes sense, but means I need to try a little bit harder.
Nice slipstreaming.
How the hell did you... That was the middle of a straight. How did you lose control on a straight? Well, maybe his car broke. Yeah, let's just go with that. I guess that's realistic enough. Yeah, nice reshowing, mister.
Danielle Carter.
Pretty cool of you to do that. The AI doesn't give a fuck about reshowings. It's gotta go back to the truck, it will go back to the truck.
Your car got a little banged up, but it's nothing serious.
I'm not worried about that. What's serious here is how far behind I am. That is serious. Okay, everyone is dying. Maybe that's what the game wants me to do. It wants me to slowly get first place by just seeing all these morons die.
Nice driving. Now you're in fourth.
That's the thing, after all this time I can only get to... Okay. Yes, thanks a lot, mister. Alright, hold up. When we slow down here, can you... Yeah, I prefer this camera. I guess restart here. I think you have enough time to react to the guy crashing while the guy already crashed, so he doesn't have the chance of not crashing. That's the flashback already used. If I could get second place, I think it will be a nice way to start that list. And then I will have to be aware of Kent Murphy. Okay. Maybe not Kent Murphy, after all. Maybe... I think that's the idea of this race, isn't it? That everyone dies and you just are supposed to survive everyone else dying. Ah, fuck, that's fine. It's a shame that I couldn't make use of this guy crashing though. This is still ahead of me. Ah, damn it. That's gonna be a third place, unfortunately. Well, it wasn't that bad. I don't like third place to start a tournament. Not to mention that I don't know how long this is, like how many races there are here. Yeah, that wasn't very good. Huh. It's like the game almost crashed there. Okay. They will be mostly these urban tracks. Yeah. This particular track will always start like that, no matter what. You will always have a row of cars that are all gonna slow down. And you will end up crashing anyways. So the guys to look... What the hell? What even was that? How do you even... whatever, fuck you. I was about to say, Ken Murphy is one of the guys I have to be aware of, but there was also someone else, and I don't remember that someone else. I guess I will remember it at the end of the race, but would have preferred to remember it before the race. Well, this is that one track with all these bumps. You know, I think that this track also only appeared right at the beginning of the game in the tutorial, right? And then never again. So this is another one that pretty much hasn't showed up for like half of the game, and now it's suddenly back. And with a faster car here, those bumps are pretty dangerous.
You're looking at a 2-second gap for third place.
These guys are just going too fast. There goes that. I cannot use a flashback because I already used it, so... Ken Murphy went out there.
It just cost you a bumper.
I mean, the issue is that these two guys are pretty far ahead.
Just 2 seconds between you and second place.
I mean, I guess I could accept a second place, but I don't remember if that Liam North or Liam North, whatever the fuck you pronounce it, if that guy was the one that got first place before. If he did, this will not be an acceptable result. So yeah, I'm a little bit
You from first place.
afraid. Well, maybe he will crash like everyone else, but even at this distance, crashing will probably not do that much for me. He's pretty far, like it will have to be a crash that completely takes him out.
Banged up, but it's nothing serious.
I don't know, it kinda looks serious actually. Especially since the engine is involved. I'm 5 seconds ahead, I mean behind. Yeah, I guess here if he has a point advantage, I probably should restart or something. Without a crash on his end, this is not gonna be a first place from me. It's also quite crazy how far behind everyone else is. At this point, forget about the first place, but I really will need to see the standings. If this guy is the same one that got first twice, I think that the most sensitive thing to do is simply restarting the championship. And I think it is, I mean, I recognize the name. So to be fair, I recognize a lot of the names. Okay, let's see.
Congratulations, you got second.
I don't know if that's a matter of celebration, we will see. I think it actually is, and guess it's from the same team as the other one, I think. Oh, never mind, okay. He actually wasn't even that high. Well, Ken Murphy is still the guy to look out for. Okay, that was good. Yeah, Ken Murphy had an accident in the previous one.
Here's the team to beat.
Now the question is if this is the final race or not. Something tells me it's not. And also here it seems that it is consistent that as a team we will start always at the bottom. So it's no longer random.
I am right behind you.
Got pretty quickly to the podium. Well, and the guy that is in second place in the tournament is nowhere near, so this position will be a good way to finish the race. But I mean, it's just started, so we cannot know what's gonna happen. Yeah, I guess keeping the second place here will be pretty hard to do.
Closing the gap. Right now, only a couple of seconds separate you in first place.
It is also a section that I think I remember the AI doing pretty slowly, because they should do, I guess. They might be able to take the first place. Maybe not on this lap. No, probably on this lap. It's just closer to the end of the lap, I guess. Okay. I'll take that. And I'm surprised that didn't count as damage, but no complaints. Ooh, and these very sharp corners. Like, braking a car like this is not super easy at all. Yeah, as you can see, that final sector. Nice. That final sector of the track, like, they don't do it that well. Because if you see the radar, the second place is quite far behind. I fucked up this chicane though, so that one is on me. That's the last flashback you have, so try not fucking up another chicane though. This track has so many fucked up chicanes, that's the issue. Pretty hard not to get fucked in one way or another. I'll try my best, but it will be a challenge. Quite messed up the difference between the previous races and this one. Yeah, this perfectly illustrates what my major complaint about this game is, the AI just being that inconsistent. It's fine. So, well, this should put me ahead by a lot, so even if this is not the final race, it's kinda still like a guaranteed victory. Like an almost guaranteed victory. Yeah. I guess as expected it wasn't the last one, but yeah. The question is if this is the last one or the next one. Keep in mind though that here since there are only 3 events per location, or well, region, whatever you want to call it, you will have like these events will be longer, so otherwise you will beat this very quickly, and I guess that's not the idea, of course, especially with this supposedly being high level events. Stay there. I don't mind.
Alright, you're in 7th.
I don't know why you sound so excited that I'm in 7th. Well, Kent Murphy's right behind me, so... And I think he's still the 2nd place in the tournament, so... even with this pathetic result at 7th place, it will still be... a championship win. Well, again, assuming it's 4 races and not 5, because if it's 5, well, yeah, you still have another one to worry about. I took that guy out, by the way, and I don't regret it. Ah, that was bad. Not even gonna finish on the podium here. That's how it's looking like. Not even a podium finish. Well, again, I don't care. I'm still doing pretty good in the standings. Well, I do care if it's something like that though. That's bad. This corner is very deadly. Oh, this guy had an accident. Or at least it looks like he had. And another one.
I think that's Bradley James.
I guess the idea is that everyone ends up dying anyways.
Only 3 seconds separate you from first place.
Yeah, no. Let him keep the first place. In fact, let this guy behind me keep the 2nd place, because he clearly wants it more than me. Will this be the final race of the championship or what? What do we have here? I don't know. Well, at least here we should know how long the other championships are gonna be. Okay, so it's only 4, I think. When it shows the Hall of Fame, I think that's when it ends, right? Yeah, it is. So yeah, there's 4.
You really beat
Damn, 3 million? That's a lot of money, holy shit. And I'm assuming these sponsors are like very high tier. Well, I could check, it's been a while since I've seen the sponsors. Huh. Damn, 52,000. Holy shit, yeah, there are definitely some better ones here than the ones I have, but let me check the ones that I have in first, like this one. Yeah, well, that's an easy replacement. What else do you have? Oh, no lower than 30. Yeah, this one. Oh, and this no lower than 5th without damage is also very good. In fact, we will replace this one. It's the exact same one. Yeah, let's do it. And then what else? Finish the race. I don't think there are many like that, right? We do have a lot of ones that say finish first place that obviously have a very good amount, but the thing is that at that point, yeah, you have to finish first place, which is not that easy. Like, we'll replace this one for this one. Finish no lower than 3rd. This one is no lower than 4th, but I feel like at that point there is not that big of a difference, is there? No, I mean there is, at least compared to these ones. I think with those sponsors I'm fine. Obviously the ones that are just finished the race I probably should change them, but I don't mind. Okay, so we got that. What should be the next thing I wanna do here? I don't wanna do the Drift GP, that's for sure, but I also want to leave the LMP for later. I could do this one, and maybe after this one I do the Drift from the Pro events. Here you can pick either the Saleen or the Koenigsegg. I mean, I could pick the Koenigsegg, I guess. Okay. So yeah, that's the plan, assuming I make it in time, because if these are 4 races, it could still take a long ass time, but I guess, yeah, we will try that, like, finishing this one and then do the Pro Drift one, and then we should be done for the day. Still find it hard to think that it will be enough time to do all of that. But we gotta try. Wow, amazing start. At the same time, these tracks, the AI for what it's shown so far is not that good at these tracks. Fact, already in the first lap getting the lead. So I don't know how they are gonna combine it, because it seems that this is a competition that is probably all gonna be in Shibuya. Like probably all possible combinations of Shibuya. So that should mean that winning is probably gonna be free. Probably. Most likely. Well, that second place, I guess it's sticking relatively close to me. Not for long. Or, well, maybe it will stick for long. Oh yeah, that's one of the Night Wing or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, in fact, the two of them are, like Nathan and Rick. So yeah, I guess that's that's supposed to be like your top rivals. In fact, every time that there is a 1v1 challenge, those are the ones that show up. I think that in every single lap that corner has been scary. I think it gives you enough time to react to it, like when you realize that you're taking it way faster than you should, you have enough time to just brake. There it goes. No, not yet. Now. No, not yet. Still one more corner. Okay, now it's done. Yeah, don't worry. Now it is done. Okay. I think my teammate here is just not gonna do that well. Well, and not to mention that if the night guys are here, we are definitely not gonna win the team championship. So I got more than 300,000. Oh, and we're going to Okutama, okay. Oh, but I start first place. Well, that's a surprise. That's the first time in a while that I start first place. It's, I mean, the Okutama track, so I need all the advantage I can get, because yeah, this, the AI is absolutely ruthless in this track for God knows what reason. Okay.
Great driving. You've got the lead.
I can't believe how hard this track is. It's so hard. Alright, so try not to step on the piano too hard, I guess, but I guess that if you don't step on the piano, yeah, like, that's the issue, dude. Like, it's like you want me to get it fast, to take the corner fast, but I take it fast and I die, so I'm like, okay, you don't want me to take it that fast, but then I slow down and you have these guys just overtaking me. So what do you want me to do? Make up your fucking mind. Yeah, that's just how this track is. Well, the issue here is that, considering that these two guys are here, Rick, Scott, and Nathan, whatever, like, these guys, will be the favorites to win every single time, like it already happened multiple times. So here I cannot really have the luxury of not getting first place in the majority of these ones.
You're on your final 3 laps now.
Final 3 laps, I mean that's halfway through the race, dude. The race is 6 laps. I think that the one that made the mess there was me. Pretty fucked up. And my car somehow, according to
I like what I'm seeing. You're in for
the report, it has no damage. So yeah, all of that debris on the track, yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Okay.
Well done, Hotshot. That's your own personal best time on this track.
I'm surprised I've been able to get such an advantage here compared to the guy in second place. That is impressive for my standards at least. Okay. So I keep winning like this and these 2 guys shouldn't be an issue. Wait, how is the team called? Oh, it's called Raven West. And I say Nightwing team. Completely unrelated. Okay, Raven West, that's the name of the team. Well, I'm not gonna remember their name. So the point is that they are the hard AI to deal with. And we're back. Oh, so it's gonna be one in Shibuya, one in the other one, and yeah, they're gonna alternate like that. And it's probably the reverse version of the first race. It's a little bit lame, honestly, but sure, whatever.
Executive Ramirez. Oh, I jumped in the car just ahead. Your car got a little banged up, but it's nothing serious.
Yeah, it's fine. So here I have...
You're in first place.
Do I have 2 or 3 sponsors that want no damage? I'm not sure. And the 2 Raven West, yeah, I remember it there. I'm probably not gonna keep remembering it like that, but the 2 Raven West guys are 2 and 3rd. So anytime these guys participate, you cannot really do what I did on that previous championship where I got in very inconsistent positions. Here you really want to be consistently first or something similar. Like at most second, because the moment you get third, you will have the 2 of them ahead of you, and you will have to worry about 2 opponents instead of just 1. So I feel like second is the lowest that you can get whenever Raven West is present. Oh, that was bad. It's fine though, these guys shouldn't overtake me here. If anything, they are probably gonna overtake a lot in the next race, but not in this one. All things considered, it's still pretty impressive how close he is to me. He was right there. Okay, so my teammate got fourth. I mean, that's not bad considering that the other two monsters, there's no way he will finish ahead of them. But yeah, this should be fine. In fact, with this result, I actually didn't check, but I'm pretty sure I could probably get fifth. Oh, and it's Shibuya again. Well, that's weird. That's a weird pattern. This is like the super short version of Shibuya.
The car has been in a serious crash. That's Carl Hammerly.
What you mean a car has been in a serious crash? Pretty sure I almost launched in last place and I didn't see anyone crash. Maybe it was the... I saw a serious crash there, yeah. Wouldn't do much of it. Wait, technically there are a couple of cars behind me. So yeah, I guess they were the ones that crashed. Bro, can these guys not fuck me over like that? I will appreciate it. Well, now there will be a Raven West guy that is not gonna finish in a high position. Didn't wanna do that, but you know that this is a very narrow track, so you know, things like that just happen.
You hold a new lap record. Okay, Hotshot. Your car got a little banged up, but it's nothing serious.
So you know that it wasn't really that common to have those crashes that completely finish your race, right? Like when you crash against a wall so hard and you basically only have the option to either use a flashback or to either restart or quit. And that hasn't really happened in a while. So the moment you start familiarizing yourself with the tracks, it really tends to not happen that often. So that's pretty nice. I honestly kinda doubt that there will be enough time to do the drift event. I could also simply lower the difficulty to do the drift event, but I feel like right now I'm just not a fan of lowering the difficulty after being so like advanced in the game, right? Like, and especially now that I see how absolutely busted having all the driving aids is, I feel like anything less than the hardest difficulty will be way too easy, right? One more of those. Well, and this has been a perfect championship. I guess Raven West is no longer that ahead of me. And there it is. Yeah, I don't know if it's impressive driving or just everyone fall off in general. Yeah, that's a free championship. Like pure victory. Still didn't get the team championship, but yeah, that's to be expected. Okay. So
Great job. That's your biggest paycheck
team
yet.
4 million, and I got 7 million as a grand total. Pretty crazy. Okay, so yeah, I will finish the pro events by doing the
Well done, hotshot.
oh, I'm getting pretty close to the top earnings here.
Start of a new season. Let's race.
Pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, this one. So we can finish the pro events. I will attempt, even though it's probably a bad idea to have all driving aids enabled. Though that's ridiculous. Like for drifting, having like TCS and stability control is like what are you doing? Like you want to lose control. You don't want your car to be controlled. Yeah, in this game it doesn't really work like that. So you can essentially have all the driving aids and the car actually drifts better. It's just the way it is. Don't ask why. Though I'm not sure here. Like I think that with the stability control it actually does suffer quite a bit. Because it oversteers a lot, which is I guess what you want on a drift event, but I guess I got so used to not have it oversteer like this that it just feels pretty awkward to... I mean, I can get used to this too, it's just that do I want to? Maybe not, I don't know. It feels a little bit awkward, honestly. Wait, did I lose the combo? Or I guess, did I? I guess I did. Oh, the guy died. Subarashi drift on my ass. Wait, this is not the right place. No way, I actually got lost. Wait, where were you supposed to go? Oh, to the left. This track is so fucking shit, it actually pisses me off. And it pisses me off even more that they decided to make it for this shitty ass drift race category. I cannot believe this, dude. That's so painful. Since when is that obstacle that solid? This is gonna be a pain in the ass. It's just that I really want to finish this shit to not worry about it next time, but man, it really is so extremely painful. I guess it's because it's the wooden planks and not the cardboard boxes. Whatever. Was a very good drift. I mean, point-wise, I don't think it was that impressive in the way it looked, but according to the game, it was super impressive. So I'll take it. Okay, so try not going off track here. I just didn't see the direction of the arrows, I guess. Okay, you probably want to redeem. Okay, redeem and almost 2 million out of that. Nice. That's still not a win, of course. Like, these guys will keep getting more and more score. So try building another multiplier and all of that. Don't think it's over yet. That was so close, holy shit. Probably should redeem. Okay, I did redeem. So it's hard to tell when... Like, obviously you want to redeem with the highest multiplier possible. At the same time... Like, for doing that, it ended up costing me my attempt in one of the previous... Well, attempts. So I kinda got traumatized ever since that. And right now I cannot really see risking it too much because of that. I think this score should be good enough to win though. I cannot imagine this not being enough. Now the issue is that this is most likely a tournament with 2 more events, to have 3 in total. All I hope is that the challenge is not a drift event, because it could be. I mean, the previous challenge here was was a nighttime toga race. Well, if it's a nighttime toga race, that would be pretty cool. Last time I suffered a little bit because I used the Nissan Seed without stability control. It should be fine now, I think. Like, regardless of what car they give me, it will have stability control, so... I like the sound of those things falling over. Okay, so that's a victory by quite a lot. Like, that's a very convincing victory. So the guy to keep in mind is Kazuhiro, well, the 2 Japanese guys basically, but specifically Kazuhiro Kanaha, or Tanaka, my bad. I don't know where I read the other part. Wait, isn't Kazuhiro the last name of Harada, like the director of Tekken? I think it is that same last name. Oh, 4 laps, dude. I feel like you're stretching your luck, but the worst part is that it's probably gonna be like this on like the 3rd category of events. Like, you're probably gonna make me do these same races but with an even more annoying lap count. I can already see it. Those guys died. Also, what track is this? I don't remember being in this track. Is it the first time it shows up? Wouldn't be surprised. Well, to be fair, I think... I actually know, it's not the first time. I think I had like a solitary drift challenge here. But yeah, not a race. Also, this should be a redeem though. The thing here is that it's a lot harder to actually lose. Well, when I say lose, I mean lose the multiplier. Because you don't have the walls right next to you, you have a whole green patch of grass. So you have quite a big opportunity to reduce the speed before crashing. That being said, a score as high as this one right now will be enough to win, so the smartest thing will be to choose redeeming it. But yeah, whatever, I'm not smart, I guess. It's just that, as I say, I don't see any way I could somehow lose this multiplier. It's just not gonna happen. Okay, redeem. Then 11 million. That's more digits than I expected. Yeah, I don't think you have any chance to win right now. See, one thing that the AI, I'm pretty sure, never does is basically doing the back and forth drift on a straight line, which I do to keep the combo. The AI doesn't do that, and it's understandable. I guess it's not really intended in a way, but I mean, I see absolutely no reason not to do it. Though this will still result in very high scores from my competitors. It probably will be like, what, 6 million before the event is over. So I would say that that's quite a lot. But I will obviously have way more, and I will, like, look at this shit. 15 times 500,000. That's a very high number. You know, like, these guys, I mean, already didn't have a chance, but now it's kind of like I'm just pissing on their tombstones. Well, it's what they deserve for making me go through such an annoying challenge in the previous track. They deserve this humiliation. Times 20. Well, that's actually 16 million right now, right? Oh, hold up. There is a lap car. I wasn't expecting that to happen. That's the first time I see a lap car in the whole game. So, if crashing him actually resets the multiplier, it might be better to redeem. Oh, Drift King is supposed to be like a challenge in almost 32 million. I don't think that you can beat that, can you? Oh, and there is another, like, aside from Drift King, you have Drift Legend. Okay, well, doesn't really matter. Oh, and Seth got second place, good shit. My man got second. Yeah, and that actually pretty much guarantees the victory of the team as a whole. Well, and I also shouldn't worry about winning the individual tournament because I also have more than enough points. But unfortunately we're back at this trash, dude. I hate this track. I mean, it's the same track but in reverse, I think.
Try to drift as close as possible to the flag. The closer you get to that flag, the more points you'll pick up.
Hey, that's the irony of the situation. Like, I feel like drifting wouldn't even be that hard if it wasn't in such a dogshit track like this one. What a piece of shit. Of course. Though in this one, you know, I should probably put retire from race and still win. Just that in the case I don't win, that will be a problem. But I don't think that should be an issue because the point distribution in this game is also quite stupid. Like basically, if there's only 6 competitors like in these drift events, instead of like, you know, having a smaller point distribution, you still get the same point distribution as if there were like 12 competitors. So if you get last place, you still get like what, 6 points or something like that, even though that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's essentially not proportional. They just do whatever they want. I hate that fucking track so much, dude. I hate this. I hate everything about this piece of shit track. Well, track and truck, both. I hate both. What a waste of space. What an absolute waste of space. And like, that's the thing, dude. Like, there are so many things that fucking suck balls. Because if it wasn't enough, the fact that the track is a piece of shit, and then you also have to drift, and then you also have to deal with your competitors being on the same place. Like, how can you make a single event so trash? It's like you actually have to try to make it this trash. It's like you do it on purpose just to extract the maximum amount of negativity out of the player. How can you make one single race so awful? Because it's not even the event in itself. Like the event, like with that second track, is like whatever.
This event isn't all about position. You see, you need to concentrate on drifting if you want to score some real points.
On the right side, I want to believe that these are like very... I want to believe that they are very rare events. Also, yeah, Mr. Teammate, can you please not get in my way? Like, I appreciate the fact that you're doing seemingly well. Yeah, like, I'm the one that has to win here. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream and I'm gonna break something with my scream.
Okay, Hotshot. The closer you can get to the flag, the more points you pick up.
I'm this close to retiring from the race. Because I'm probably gonna win anyways because of points. But I'm this close to retiring. Because this piece of trash event does not deserve anything better. I completely lost the multiplier. The 50,000 points is absolutely nothing here. It's essentially the same as if you just crashed and didn't get any points, but whatever. I'll keep going. Ooh, that was so close, dude. I almost hit that thing. Unfortunately, I hit my teammate. I'm pretty sure that our team will still win, but...
This isn't all about position. You see, you need to concentrate on drifting if you want to score some real points.
Shut the fuck up. How about that? Okay, at least I got a million. That's enough to pair me up with the rest of the opponents, which is not super good, I guess. But it's better than nothing. I just cannot know where these corners are gonna go because it's so anti-intuitive. It's so bad at being intuitive, this piece of shit track. Now you have to guess. You cannot do anything else. Okay, redeem the combo. Just redeem it. I mean, with this amount of points, even if I don't win, it should be enough to at least get into the podium or something like that, so I don't think it should matter too much. Oof. This amount of points, I don't think it's enough for winning. Not yet. It could be though, I have my doubts. Also, another thing I don't like about this is that, differently from the previous track where apparently the AI was completely brain dead, here the AI actually gets close to you. So it constantly bothers you when you're trying to drift. And yeah, that's quite annoying. I'm glad I have enough points to win, but like that's the perfect way to end the... Oh wait, it is over. The perfect way to end, like just to keep remembering how absolute dog shit this track is. Oh, and my guy got third place, nice. Oh, and Tanaka, which was the second place, somehow got a DNF. Alright, well, we dominated after a lot of restarts, that is, but we dominated nonetheless. So I'm pretty sure you didn't finish without damage, dude. Like, I crashed you, I saw you crash. Unless that was one of the attempts that I retried. It's not over yet, because we still have the challenge. Like the 1v1 from the pro thingy. So I'll do that. And then... that's... Wait, what car is that? It's the Sylvia? The issue though... Isn't the Sylvia a drift car? I hope it's not the Sylvia and I'm just... like... you know, seeing wrong. It is a drift. And yes, it is the Nissan Sylvia. Well, at least the good thing is that this drift battle like we do. Oh, never mind, we're both in the fucking track, man, you suck of shit. God damn it. We just cannot have good things, can we? Not to mention it's the first time I drift in Shibuya. Well, it's the short version of Shibuya at least. At least it should only be one drift battle, I wanna believe. No, wait, is this a short version? Maybe it's a specialized version of Shibuya that is done exclusively for drifting. By the way, oh fuck, okay, that's fine. Rick Scott has not redeemed his score yet. I mean, he did, like, barely, but he's basically amassing an insane amount of points, unless you told me he crashed. But something tells me that's not the case. Or maybe it is the case, yeah. Because right there his score changed and it barely changed, so... Damn, what a scrub. I mean, this is a 1v1, dude. You cannot be doing shit like that. Oh well, I mean, that works for me. But and the good thing is that once I overtook him, he kinda got out of my way, so I don't need to see him. This is gonna be an absolute destruction. In fact, you can see, this guy's not even trying. Like, I probably could be played the worst I ever played, and I will still win. Like, after 3 laps, this guy only has 85,000 drift points. Like, alright. Well, that's the first time a challenge is this free. I mean, there were some challenges that were quite easy, but for the most part, you always have the opponent relatively close to you. This one, it's not even close. Like, not even close. Like, we are basically, like, I have 100 times more points than him, and I'm not exaggerating. In fact, more than 100. Like, I have, like, around 110, probably more the score than him. Maybe less. I'm not very good at mathematics, but yeah. The point is that more than 100 times the score he has. This is supposed to be a challenge, like one of the hard things to win. Damn, look at that. You can just see the raw difference. But yeah, you can also see, look at his car. Look at how much damage he took on the front. So basically, he did the whole challenge by kissing the walls, I guess. Well, what a moron. Even if he didn't, I'm pretty sure my score will have been enough to beat him anyways. Okay, well, with that, we basically got all of the pro ones. So yeah, basically rookie and pro are fully done. And my idea for tomorrow is to start with the prototypes. And well, here you can tell that in the European side, I'm pretty sure all of them are LMP. Like, you do LMP all around, and then you have the last event of the other ones to also be LMP. Unfortunately, with 2 drift events, but the main focus of tomorrow will essentially be LMP. That's the idea. So yeah, that will be it for me for today. So thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream with more of this. So have a good one and take care.